yesterday watching Von Miller tutorial sacks videos for like 2 hours and try to use it today in practice. And that's kind of wild because, it kind of shows how much excited I am. And, I'm going home by myself watching YouTube videos and football and stuff. It just gets me hyped up for the game, and it just makes me so much excited for it.
Obviously, FIU on Thursday, what are you seeing in them, and how's your defense kind of preparing to shut them down?
Our whole thing is just trusting our coaches. They're going to put us in the right position, and I feel like our defense is trusting that. With practice, we're going fast, we're working together, we're speaking, we're talking, we're communicating well. And I think with Coach Chance and everybody behind him, we're going to be put in the best positions to get this W.
You're going back in the bounce house. What kind of emotions does that bring?
It's gonna be amazing because obviously it's gonna be my last game. So it's at a while, but it hasn't hit me yet. And I'm just ready to get it kicked off and get in the bounce house and celebrate with my fans.
With the first game, sometimes the guys might get too excited. How important it is for a guy like you to make sure that the guys are still staying kind of grounded and not kind of going overboard?
Oh, it's definitely important, and I want to make sure the guys when they come in this first game to be comfortable, and not feel too much pressure, and not feel like nervous about anything. I'm going to remind the guys every time. And I remember I talked to Titus Davis last night, and he was telling me, man, the game getting close, I'm a little nervous. And I just reminded him, I said, man, you've been playing football for so long. It's what you do. At the end of the day, when it's time to play football, you do what you know. And, it's gonna be his first time starting, and I feel like he's going to be a guy who's going to really contribute well to this team. And the whole thing is just that when you out there in the field, just play.
What's going through your mind, and how focused and zoned in are you guys on FIU?
Man, this is the most focused we've been since I've been here. Like y'all said, it's game week. Nothing's going to change except everybody's itching to hit another opponent. So I think we'll lay it out there Thursday night.
There's a lot of talk about this front seven over the offseason. Can you talk to us about how confident you are in those guys around you coming in?
Man, I'm happy with what I'm working with. I think I could depend on everybody on the front seven. I could depend on my secondary. It's just, I don't know, we have mental breakdowns at times, but we had a great practice yesterday, had a great practice today, and I'm confident that we'll go out and ball out Thursday.
Tristan Hill moving over to nose guard. What does that do for you over on the end?
Man, it gets me one-on-ones now. No more helmets to the ribs. I'll be out there working my magic like I was supposed to be last year.
How's this defense different from last year's?
Everybody's just got to do their job. I feel like last year a lot of people depended on one or two people, but this year it won't be like that just because so many people. I feel like we're all about equal on defense. So we just got to play our assignment and everything will go as planned.
What do you expect from FIU?
I'm expecting some, quick passes, some outside runs or whatever, but I haven't really – I've thought about them, don't get me wrong, but I've just been trying to become an expert at what we play on defense.
How thirsty is this defense to get out there in front of their home crowd?
We're thirsty, we're hungry, we're all of the above. But I just can't wait to see certain people play on Thursday because for a lot of people it'll be their first game. Titus Davis, Gabe. I just can't wait to see them unleash it all.
Is that just because you're excited of what they can do or what you've been able to see them do in practice?
I think I'm more excited because of people don't know what they're capable of. They only think about the big name people.
So those two we should look out for to surprise a few people.
Exactly is what I'm saying.
Titus Davis and Gabe Davis, right?
Yes.
What emotions kind of come over you knowing that you'll be in your home stadium on Thursday in front of your friends?
You just saying that gave me chill bumps. So anytime you hear like home stadium, like fans, it kind of gets me pumped up. I actually was watching Friday Night Lights the other day and watching them run out of the tunnel. I had chill bumps over my whole body. So just playing this game makes me excited. And so knowing that we're coming back and getting at home in front of our fans and they're going to be excited to see us, and it's been a year. So we're definitely excited.
Extra special that it's a Thursday night too?
Oh yeah, it is special. So maybe we'll have more people out there. We expect it to be full and loud as always. So we're excited.
College football obviously started over the weekend. USF played on Saturday. Were you watching, and how much were you paying attention if you were?
We watched UCF. They had a little scare there at the beginning. They got down, so we were watching. They looked like they had a good team or whatnot, but we're focused on FIU right now. But it's good to have college football back on TV. We've actually been watching Spectrum Sports. We watch high school football every day, so that's what we watch when we go home.
How much further ahead are you guys at this stage this year as opposed to last year?
Like I said earlier, we're a lot years difference, as far as offense and defense and team cohesiveness. We've grown together, and as far as knowing your role and knowing what you're supposed to do in the offense, I know what the guy next to me is supposed to be doing. I know what everybody else is doing, so that just makes the offense run more fluently and kind of get the flow of what's going on. And I think it's going to help us out a lot.
I mean, look at McKenzie. He's back in the starting position again. What do you see about him that's different from last year and compared to this year?
I think he's definitely matured a lot. Some of those decisions last year that would have been shaky for him, it's like spot on now. So he knows what he's doing. He knows this offense like everybody, and he's just done a great job so far of being a leader on this offense. We got to have more guys step up, but he's done a good job of kind of getting us rolling in the right direction and showing us where he wants to go and making those decisions to put us in the right spot.
Where have you guys improved the most in terms of your offense?
In offense, I think our offensive line has increased in toughness and as far as knowing our roles and, like I said, knowing what everybody else is supposed to be doing as far as that. And our receivers have really done a good job this camp. So we've improved in all phases of the game, which I think is very important. It's a good thing about this offense. Coach Frost has done a good job of that.
Talking about the defense, but on the offensive side here, what can we expect against FIU for you guys? What do you got planned?
To come out fast and strong, and let everyone see how well we stepped it up from last year. I know a lot of people are looking at us off last year, but we have a lot to show the world.
What has come together for you guys here in this off season to give you that confidence?
Everyone just playing together. We just the bond we built. Just all the stuff we went through in the off season. We had something called the program coming in here. So I think ever since we went through that, which was like the toughest 2 days of our life, ever since then we became closer as a family, and everything just started to click.
Can you talk about McKenzie and how he's kind of commanded or stepped into a more leadership role with you guys this year?
Oh yeah, McKenzie definitely got a little more comfortable back there. You could see it, and I talked to him the other day. He said he feels more comfortable. He just sit in the pocket. If nothing there, then he get out of there and just he's a big playmaker for us.
All of you guys display a lot of energy today. It's game week. What's going through your mind as far as preparation and nerves and what's in store?
We're just ready. Like I said, I can't even sleep well that night. I'm just so ready. I'm so anxious. I'm always catching myself watching film, just doing something football related. Just trying to get ready for Thursday.
John kind of hit on it a little bit, but about McKenzie, what is different about him in this year, in his second year as a starter?
I think he gives his receivers a chance now. Last year, he was like a little more so ready to run all the time. Now he actually toss it up and give them a chance, let the playmakers make plays. Guys like Traquan Smith, Jordan Akins, just throw it up, especially if it's one-on-one, they'll go get it.
And how about you? How have you changed your game going into the season?
I kind of focus mine on my patience and my tempo when I get the ball. Last year I was still running like I was in high school. So I kind of had to adjust to the game, slow it down a little bit. When I see it, just hit it.
Where does that come from? Is he, allowing these plays to develop and trusting his receivers? Is it about patience from himself, or just trusting these guys a little bit more? What have you seen?
Well, to me, it came from a lot of things we did after practice. A lot of stuff we did that wasn't on the teamwork's calendar. We just did stuff on our own. Went out there, got guys together, and just went out there and worked on it. So, I guess ever since then, he just started trusting guys, and, everything started coming along. Everything's just starting to click right now.
How much more of this system do you think you'll be able to use this year?
Sorry?
How much more of this system have you guys gotten to, this part of the year? How wide open is that playbook?
Oh, definitely. Last year, we didn't really get through all the installs, but this year, this count, we kind of got it all the way through, and, pretty comfortable with everything. Everything's going pretty smooth, so everyone knows all the plays, even the young guys like Kadarian Richardson, Bentavious Thompson. They came in, they used me and Taj as, a big brother role. We just gave them guys the knowledge that, that we learned.
What can you say about Gabe Davis? Some of these guys are telling us, hey, they're really excited to see him out there. What have you been able to picture at practice that we can't yet?
Gabe is not a freshman to me. Gabe, I don't know. He's like a freshman, a junior body. I don't know. Gabe comes out there like he's been here. He just go out there, plays his heart out. Every play he does take a play off, and it's starting to pay off.
Anyone on offense that's going to surprise us this season?
I think our offensive line, the whole offensive line, guys look at them. Last year it was an okay year, but this year we got bigger, faster, and stronger. So yeah, that'll be able to help our offense push.